day, happy life, happy journey. What's up? What's up? Happy day. Hey, it's April 4th. April 4th day. And I'm so excited to be here. Um, there's a cutthroat blue jay outside my window just screaming, "Hey Donna, hi Minor, hey Mister, how you doing? So good to see you guys. Great to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome everybody streaming in. Thank you for joining to Walking the Path. This is a weekly live stream that I do on behalf of Rythmia Life Advancement Center. And I get to do it, which is super cool. And Rythmia Life Advancement Center is an amazing spiritual center in Guanacaste, Costa Rica, where individuals come every week to have an experience that is priceless. It's a priceless experience where one can release all the stuff that's not serving them anymore and step into the future by merging back together to a state of wholeness, to a deep realization of wholeness. And from that wholeness, we release trauma we didn't even know we had. We decommission old programs. We do a whole sort of inventory of all the limiting beliefs that we've had. And it just sort of comes up in the medicine, in this magical medicine. And Rythmia is such an amazing container to do that. So I highly recommend, if you're being called to plant medicine, check out Rythmia, check out the reviews, see what people are saying. It is an amazing, amazing experience. And today I want to talk to you. And then after I talk about Rythmia lets me just talk about what I want to talk about, which is really amazing. And today what I want to talk about is being more loving in my heart. Each week, Walking the Path is really about what's up for me that week. It's an authentic expression of what I'm going through. And this week, boo, let me tell you, some shit went down. Okay. Hey, Kevin, what's up, baby? Some stuff went down in my life. Someone who I thought was such a dear friend. Well, someone who is revealing themselves to me more and more, right? Hurt me, like said things that were hurtful. And you know, it's the universe is a reflective place, and relationships are sacred mirrors reflecting and revealing the areas within us that are seeking to be healed. And I can step into that spiritual place right away. But it's important, and this is what I want to say. I don't know why the thumbs up is coming up over here, but hey, I want to say that it is important that we step into the spiritual high ground only after we actually acknowledge how we feel. It is important. The remedy is truth. Truth is the remedy. And the truth is, how am I feeling? And what am I feeling? And to be in alignment with our emotional body first. And then move into the spiritual principle. I don't want to bypass my emotional body. I don't want to bypass the emotions. They're there to tell me something. They're there to reflect and reveal the parts of me that are seeking to be healed. It does not mean that what the other person did was okay. It doesn't mean that I'm justified or not justified, or they're justified or not justified, because it doesn't really matter if they're justified or not justified, or if I'm justified or not justified. What matters is the only thing that I can control is my responsibility, is my response, my ability to respond. And that is my responsibility. So what do you do when someone hurts you? What do you do when someone says something and you just like, you know what? You need to be slapped down, because that's our culture. Our culture today is, let me give as good as I get. We have politicians in power that their brand is the slap down. Their brand is, nobody's going to touch me. And we all know where that comes from, right? And it's what's happening in our culture, because when it's mirrored when it's messaged at the highest level, it trickles down into culture, right? So what do you do? What do you do when someone bothers you, says something that hurts you, that it takes you back, and you're like, ooh, ouch, that hurts, and I want to punch back. So as I first acknowledged my feelings about this, like, ooh, that really hurt. That person really hurt me. And it upset me even more that I gave them the power to hurt me. Uh-oh, what just happened? Okay. That's really worshiping false idols. Worshiping false idols is giving someone else power. Your emotional state. That's really having false idols. So I want to read to you. This is from Howard Thurman, Meditations of the Heart. Howard Thurman was Martin Luther King Jr.'s mentor. So I thought, what better place to turn in this time than to the mentor of the person who most messaged peaceful, nonviolent resistance, right? So in this reading, Howard Thurman says, so I'm going to hope you guys can listen to this. So let's just take a moment and tap our third eye and just say, I'm open and available to receive this meaning. It's a beautiful writing by Howard Thurman. I want to be more loving in my heart. I want to be more loving. Often there are good and sufficient reasons for exercising what seems a clear and direct resentment. Again and again, I find it hard to hold in check the sharp retort, the biting comeback when it seems that someone has done violence to my self-respect and decent regard. How natural it seems to give as good as I get, to take nothing laying down, to announce to all and sundry in 1,000 ways that no one can run over me and get away with it. All this is a part of the thicket in which my heart gets caught again and again. Deep within me, I want to be more loving, to glow with a warmth that will take the chill off the room, which I share with those whose lives touch mine in the traffic of my goings and comings. I want to be more loving. I want to be more loving in my heart. It is often easy to have the idea in mind, to plan to be more loving, to see it with my mind and give assent to the thought of being loving. This is crystal clear. But I want to be more loving in my heart. I must feel like loving. I must ease the tension in my heart that ejects the sharp barb, the stinging word. I want to be more loving in my heart. With unconscious awareness and deliberate intent, I shall be a kind, a gracious human being. Thus, those who walk the way with me may find it easier to love, to be gracious because of the love of God, which is increasingly expressed in my living. I want to be more loving in my heart. Howard Thurman, Meditations on the Heart. I love that. I love that. I'm gonna open the chat up here. Hi, Colette. Hi, Angela. What did y'all think of that reading? I want to be more loving in my heart. I love what he says, that I find it hard to hold in check the sharp retort. You know, there are often good and sufficient reasons for exercising what seems a clear, direct resentment. Again and again, I find it hard to hold in check the biting comeback when it seems that someone has done violence to my self-respect and decent regard. It seems natural to give as good as I get, to take nothing laying down. No one can run over me and get away with it. Man, don't you feel that way? No one can run over me and get away with it. You know, I don't want. That's what all of our society is about these days. And he says it's easy to say I want to be more loving, but when the rubber meets the road, it's easy to have the idea of being more loving. But when someone does violence to your self-respect and good regard, what do you do? What do you do? Throw a comment in there. What do you do? I got this nasty text and I just wanted to reply. I had 1 million replies. So I started writing them out, not on the text, but in a different, in my journal, Just started writing out all the replies. I felt better. Hi, Andrea. I felt better. And I'm feeling better that I'm not replying. You know, there's a Buddhist saying that says our best defense is in our defenselessness. You know? So first and foremost, we have to honor our emotional body. First and foremost, we have to honor what we're feeling. We can't bypass that. We honor what we're feeling. And I honored what I was feeling by journaling all the shitty things I wanted to reply. I gave as good as I got, baby, in my journal. And I'm still not at a place where I have eased the tension in my heart. And that's okay. We have to be honest. Honesty is the remedy. We're first honest with ourselves. I'm first honest. Like, I have not eased the tension in my heart over this situation. So I'm going to continue to just let it be. I wanted to, as I shared with you, this talk every week is a talk about what's up for me in my life. And it's important to share, you know, the real, like let's get real. We all have situations in our lives where someone offends us and we feel completely, Andrea says, happened this to me, this AM, happened to her this morning. What did you do, Andrea? Does it help to say, honor your feelings, don't react to it? Like, we have to put ourselves in neutral, right? If we put ourselves in neutral, we can let the feelings roar. But when we engage, that's when harm happens. When I don't want to back away from it, I don't want to put it in reverse. I don't want to go forward and engage it. I just want to remain in neutral and let my emotional body go. You have to find people that are good places for you to vent. You know, somebody can hold this without adding to the fire. You know, Andrea says she replied with her feelings and they came back with an apology. All right. Good for you. For me, in this situation, I don't think that there's anything that I could do or say that would connect with this person. They're really off in their own bizarro world of victimhood and persecution, you know? And I've been thinking about that. Like, is there anything that I could say? What could I say instead of just punching back? Is there something that I could say that would connect with him? I don't think so. And it's pretty clear to me that this is a lesson for me to know what kind of people I want in my life, because there's really not anybody in my life that acts this way. I don't have friends. Nobody that's close to me acts that way. So it's like, oh, I don't know that I want to be in relationship with somebody like that. So I get to like just say, there's not really anything that I can say. The work is here. The work is in honoring my emotional body and then easing that tension in my heart so that I can be more loving in my heart, so that I can actually get to a place of sending out love and forgiveness and knowing that spirit has it all, that this is happening for me. And it's happening for me. How is it happening for me? Because it's reflecting and revealing an area within me that's seeking to be healed. And those areas are the places in me that are tender. And that's how I can ease the tension in my heart. It's always back here. And so I just love this reading from Howard Thurman. And I love the invitation to honor your emotional body and to put yourself in neutral, to put myself in neutral. And I'm really considering what Andrea said, to speak with my feeling. Will I get a reply, an apology? I don't know. I don't know. So, all right. I think that's our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube live for today. To be more loving in our hearts. Like that's the intention. And I think we take this into our political environment in the United States, into our relationships with our family, because we really want to come back. You know, all the Republicans and all the Democrats have their talking points. And we want to love watching the political banter on either side. You know, it's what's been modeled in our culture. And we are called to move above that. We just celebrated Easter, which is a commemoration of someone who got over, Yeshua ben Yusuf. And his invitation was, he who is without sin, throw the first stone, and turn the other cheek, and forgive 70 times 70. That's what Yeshua said. And that man, Reverend Michael, in his talk on Sunday, gave, if you haven't seen Agape's Sunday service, go watch it. Go to YouTube, type in Agape International Spiritual Center, and watch this man's talk. He's my teacher, and he's brilliant. And he talks about how Yeshua, you know, wasn't special, but he was extraordinary. He was extraordinary because he saw the face of God. He was the one that brought heaven to earth. He was the one that said, you too shall do greater things than these. And we must be more loving in our hearts. I must be more loving in my heart, especially towards ourselves, because all of the giving and punching back is a projection of our judgment and unforgiveness that we have for ourselves. So it starts here. Can I be loving in my heart towards me? Forgiving that I want to give as good as I get. Allow myself to have those feelings. And when I can fully express all that in a safe place, keeping it in neutral, then I can move to righteous indignation. Like, that's not right. And then I can move to forgiveness. But I first have to experience it in the emotional body. So thank you so much. Thank you so very much for watching every week. I so appreciate it. I'm wishing you all richest blessings and so much love. And that we all find a path to be more loving in our hearts. And so it is. Blessings. Thank you all so much.